Can something as simple as a kneeler change the way people worship? For many Catholics, the answer is yes. And that is why a recent decision by Archbishop Anthony Fisher of Sydney is getting attention. As Sydney prepares for the 2028 Eucharistic Congress, the Archbishop has called for the restoration of kneelers in churches where they have been removed. At first glance, that may not sound like a major story. After all, we're talking about church furniture. But for many Catholics, it is about much more than that. It is about what those physical signs communicate. And ultimately, it is about how Catholics understand the Eucharist. In a pastoral letter titled Adoring the Eucharistic Lord, "Let us kneel before the God who made us," Archbishop Fisher encouraged parishes to restore kneelers, strengthen Eucharistic adoration, and help the faithful better understand the meaning of kneeling during worship. His message was clear. The Eucharist deserves reverence, and our actions should reflect what we believe. For centuries, kneeling has been one of the most recognizable expressions of Catholic worship. It is a gesture of humility, a gesture of adoration, and a visible sign that Catholics believe Jesus Christ is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament. That is why many Catholics see kneeling as more than a tradition. They see it as a profession of faith, not spoken with words, but expressed through the body. According to supporters of the Archbishop's initiative, kneeling reminds people that something extraordinary is taking place at Mass. It reminds them that the Eucharist is not ordinary bread. It is the sacrament at the center of Catholic life. In a culture where everything often feels rushed and casual, some Catholics believe these visible signs of reverence have become more important than ever. The concern is that belief in a real presence can sometimes be taken for granted. And when that happens, the sense of awe surrounding the Eucharist can gradually weaken. Supporters argue that restoring kneelers helps address that problem, not through debates, not through arguments, but through simple, everyday reminders built into the life of the parish. What makes this development especially significant for many traditionally minded Catholics is that it feels like their concerns are being heard. For years, some Catholics have expressed a desire for greater reverence in the liturgy. They have asked for stronger Eucharistic devotion, more opportunities for adoration, and a renewed appreciation for traditional practices. For them, Archbishop Fisher's letter is an encouraging sign. It suggests that these concerns are not being ignored. Instead, they're being taken seriously. But the Archbishop's message also reaches beyond Sydney. Many Catholics see it as an example that could inspire other dioceses around the world. The idea is simple. When people hunger for deeper reverence and stronger faith, the Church can respond in ways that help nourish that desire. Sometimes those responses come through large initiatives, and sometimes they come through small changes, like restoring a kneeler. The interesting thing about Catholic tradition is that small signs often carry deep meaning. A candle, a crucifix, a genuflection, a kneeler. Each one teaches something. Each one shapes how people pray. And over time, those practices help shape what people believe. That is why many Catholics see this decision as about more than wood, cushions, or church architecture. They see it as part of a larger effort to renew devotion to the Eucharist, to remember the sacredness of worship, and to strengthen belief in Christ's presence among his people. For supporters of the initiative, the restoration of kneelers represents something hopeful. A reminder that reverence still matters. A reminder that tradition still has a place in modern Catholic life. And perhaps most importantly, a reminder that worship is not simply about what we do. It is about who we come before. As Sydney looks ahead to the 2028 Eucharistic Congress, Archbishop Fisher's message is inviting Catholics to reflect on that reality once again, to kneel, to adore, and to remember the Lord present in the Eucharist. For many believers, that simple act may say more than words ever could.